Right.
It's good morning for me, but it's good afternoon for you, Elizabeth Worley. Welcome to Yellow Shelf for the first time.
Very, very happy to be here, Joe. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And yes, it is afternoon here. It's about 5:30 p.m. I'm in Panama.
I know, Panama. Amazing that we can be talking to you. Tell us all about your new book, Chasing Tropical Ice. I'd love you to share all about this new book with the Yellow Shelf audience.
This is it. Well, let's see. Tropical Ice has been referred to as a feminist noir thriller. It's also been referred to as a feminist vigilante thriller. And what it really is it's a story set in Panama, because that's where I live, and it's a very easy environment to describe and get caught up into, with the jungle and the oceans and all of this kind of thing. And this is a story of two women, a lesbian couple who live in Panama, who get caught up in they don't mean to get caught up in it, but they get sucked into a really dark and corrupt kind of adventure.
Sure.
Because they do a good deed for another woman.
Yeah.
And as they say, no good deed goes unpunished. So in the process of trying to assist this one character, this one woman who's fleeing a very violent and abusive relationship, they find themselves caught up into an international diamond smuggling ring based off the coast of Panama. And they meet some incredibly interesting people along the way, including a kind of an arch-villainess who, I hope, my experience of writing her is that I'm not sure whether to hate her or love her, admire her or want her to just, go away. So I'm conflicted about her, and I made her up. So I expect my readers to have mixed reactions to her as well as to the general plot of it.
Yeah. And Elizabeth, tell us about, I know this is not your first book, you've written other books. Tell us about what inspired you to write this book. Tell us about life in Panama, living on the side of a volcano, I believe. Tell us about you and your other work, and what inspired you to write this book.
Wow, well, that's a deep story. I have lived in Panama now for 20 years.
Wow.
And I moved here from Western North Carolina in the United States, where I was a counseling psychologist and ran a domestic violence and sexual assault center for many years. Moved to Panama, midlife crisis, midlife change, opportunity, take your pick. It was the best decision I ever made.
Adventure.
Oh gosh, yes. Big time adventure. And I wrote a book several years ago, a memoir that is called Risking Everything.
Okay.
That was a story of how I made that transition, both to living in Panama from an academic social service background in North Carolina to a coffee farm in Panama, and where I also came out as lesbian and met my current wife, last wife. There will be no other. I hear her in the background going, right.
Make sure you say that, yeah.
And, boy.
Hey.
So, I guess it was about in 2019, 2018, I decided, time to write another book. But this time I'm going to write fiction. And so I was sitting around one afternoon, as we do here at wine time, and thought, I grew up on mysteries. I love mysteries. I was an absolute fanatic for all the Nancy Drew and the Hardy
Yes.
Boys and, all of that. And I was just sitting here and I was thinking, well, what if Nancy Drew and her sidekick George, who was a woman, and they had kind of an irrelevant boyfriend in there, I think, somewhere. But what if they grew up and they became a couple and they moved to Panama and started solving mysteries?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it intrigued me and I started writing it. And it came along and it came along and it came along, and I was part of a writer's group and they were very encouraging. And then COVID hit.
Yes.
And everything kind of came to a halt, including my brain. And I'd gotten to a point in the book where I had dead bodies all over beaches and things, and I just didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
I think they call that the murky middle of the writing process. So then once COVID had resolved itself and life had gotten, back to normal, one of the women in my writers group said, we should finish it. I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
And it just hit me at the right time, and so I started doing it again about a year ago, and it just came.
Yeah.
It just came, So that's how I got here, and that's how I got to writing this.
Oh, I love that journey story. That's really, really powerful. Elizabeth, tell us if we're watching this anywhere or listening anywhere in the world, and we think we want to connect with Elizabeth, we want to find out about her work and the newest book. I know you've got a website, which is a really great space to start. And you're on some of the socials, but you point us in the direction, because I know you can buy the book on Amazon.
Yeah, the book is on Amazon and it's available in Australia and Europe and everywhere.
Yep.
Honestly, the best way to connect with me personally is through my Facebook page, which is Chasing Tropical Eyes. I check it regularly. I respond to anybody who reaches out who isn't a scam artist. And, I'm also on Instagram, and I'm on Goodreads.
Yes.
It's on Goodreads. I love to connect with readers, and I love to hear what people's reactions to things are.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of writing the sequel.
Oh, yay.
I'm about halfway through, hopefully to release it this time next year.
Yep. Awesome.
So, it's quite a journey. And this one is not set in Panama, or it starts in Panama, but it goes someplace completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Same characters, though. Yeah.
That just sounds way too exciting. I think people need to read the first one. They need to connect with you on Facebook, give you some feedback about those characters, how the characters make us feel.
Yes,
yeah,
please do.
And then I would love to get you back next year or whenever the next book's out. I would love that.
Happy to do so, Joe. That would just be delightful.
Elizabeth, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, keep going.
Well, I just think what you're doing is a great service both to readers and to those of us who are scribbling back here. It's I think that we've lost a lot of focus on the written word.
Yes.
With the advent of so many other different kinds of media, which is not to say anything negative about them, but I would hate to see books get short shrift.
Yeah. Well, if all I can do is connect potential readers to authors, I love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it more and more. And you were my first interview in Panama, so cheers to us.
Well, here's to us, and thank you, and please buy the book or borrow the book or read the book, and please do, reach out to me. I'd love to hear.
Look, I'll put the ways to connect with you in the show notes to make it easy. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and you have a great day.
Cheers.